What's up, everybody? I'm Clayton. Welcome back to my movie review channel. And today we are going to be ranking all 7 Mission Impossible movies. So, yeah, let's do this. I've recently gone through all 7 MI films, given my thoughts and my review of each one, and now it's time for the big one, for the showdown, ranking these movies. Why? Because that's what we do in America. All right, we're American. We rank movies. Deal with it. So, just as a reminder, always want to put this out there. This is my personal list, my personal ranking, my personal opinion on these movies. Doesn't have to be yours. If you would rank them differently, it's totally fine. Let me know how you would rank these movies in the comment section. All right, just be respectful. But yeah, we're gonna go from worst to best. And if you've been following along with this MI series, you might be able to figure out how it's gonna go. But if you're new to my channel, may or may not come as a surprise. So that out of the way, let's get into ranking all 7 films. So, starting at the bottom, number 7 on my list, we have Mission Impossible 2. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of this film. I think they did some of the decisions that they made here, I don't think were really good decisions. I thought Ethan had too much plot armor in this film for me to buy and invest in. When the hero or the protagonist of the film, if there's nothing that can be done to him, if there's really, if he just gets a pass with everything, then I'm kind of out at that point, because these movies are set in reality. They're supposed to be set in real world situations. This is not Superman. This isn't, Deadpool, where, they just heal from everything or have all these superpowers. These are supposed to be real people in real world situations. And MI2, I just feel like, gives Ethan too much plot armor. There's nothing that can be done to Ethan in this movie. He's just going to do whatever he has to do, and conveniently have what he needs to have at his disposal to get the mission done. So that, and some of the romantic interest here, I don't think Cruise had good chemistry with her. I didn't buy into it. There are too many issues with this movie. Too many things that bothered my viewing experience, and yeah, it's the worst of the 7. I gave this one 2 stars. It's still not a horrible film. I don't think it's very good. I think the bad outweighed the good here, but it's still not a horrible film. It does have some entertainment value to it. There are moments in this movie that I can get behind and enjoy. But yeah, overall, it's the worst of the 7. So it comes in at number 7. Moving on to my number 6, we have Mission Impossible Part 6, Fallout. Yeah, this one, it has its moments, right? There are things with Fallout that I did really enjoy and did really like. If you see my review on that, you kind of know what those are. I don't want to go too much in depth on these because I've already done reviews on them. So you can go check out those reviews to know my deeper thoughts on these movies. But yeah, I gave this one 2.5 stars. I think it's a decent film. It's not bad, but I wouldn't consider it a good film either. I think the problems that I have with my viewing experience with Fallout kind of even everything out. The good and the bad kind of even out here, so it's just kind of a wash, and it just kind of falls in the decent realm of 2.5 stars. So if it was on and I had to watch it, I could have a good time with it. But there would also be things with it that would bother me. So 2.5 stars, it comes in at number 6. Moving on to my number 5, we have the new one, New Kid on the Block, Mission Impossible Part 7, Dead Reckoning Part 1. Yeah, so this is where we start getting into the good tier. From here on up, all of these movies I would consider good movies, 3 stars and higher. So including this one, this is a 3-star movie for me. I did overall have a positive experience with this one. I liked it. I had a good time with it. There are issues I had, primarily in just like the writing, and how it seems very repetitive, repeating the same beats over and over again. Eventually, I'm gonna kind of get just completely lost out of the narrative, unless they present me with something new and do something different with these characters. If they're just gonna repeat the same thing in the next one, I'll probably be done with the franchise after that. So, because 7 movies in, you're not doing anything new, I have no reason to come back. So, yeah, good film overall, 3 stars. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It did some good stuff. And yeah, it comes in at number 5. Go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Moving on to my number 4, we have the original Mission Impossible, MI Part 1, the one that started it all. Yeah, I liked this movie. I gave it 3 stars. There are issues, I think, more so in the directing department. The way that Brian De Palma directed this film, I don't particularly think was good. I don't know if he would have been the guy I would have called to direct this first MI movie. I don't know if he had the right mind for it, but the writing I still thought was good. It was the first one that they did, so obviously it doesn't have the same problems as some of these later ones do, that are just very repetitive and repeating the same things in every film. This was the first one, so it didn't have those problems. It was a new story, new characters, new script, and all that stuff. So yeah, and there's a number of things in this film that I really do like, and I think are some of the best of the franchise. So yeah, and enjoy the first Mission Impossible quite a bit. 3-star film. I put it above Dead Reckoning just because the problems I have with Dead Reckoning, to me, are more significant than the problems I have with the first Mission Impossible. So yeah, it comes in at number 4. Moving on to number 3, we have Mission Impossible Part 3. Yeah, this is a 3.5-star film. A really good movie, one that I do really enjoy and had a really good time with rewatching it for this series. Yeah, I think they get a lot of things right with this film. I think it's got the best antagonist of the franchise. It's a personal conflict with him and Ethan. I think you get maybe the best acting performance of Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt in this one as well. Philip Seymour Hoffman does a great job playing Damien Owen, the antagonist. There's character development that they do with this film as well. It's just it's a really good film. They finally bring in the full cast with Benji coming in for this film. Obviously, you still have Luther and Ethan, and Ethan's wife as well, Julia. So yeah, really enjoyed this movie. It's not perfect. There are a few things that still bother me with this film, but overall, really solid film. Really enjoy it. Had a good time with it. 3.5 stars. It comes in at number 3. Moving on to number 2, my second favorite in my movie, we have Mission Impossible Part 4, Ghost Protocol, baby. Yeah. Really loved this film. Watching it back for this review, which is kind of strange because I don't remember loving this film as much as I did for this review. I'd seen it a couple times, and I remember liking it each time. I liked it, seeing it in theaters the first time, and I liked it the couple other times I saw it, but for whatever reason, coming back to it this time, I really liked this movie. I think partly because this was the first one that featured Jeremy Renner, and I'm a big Jeremy Renner fan, and I think his character and his performance really kind of stood out for me. I love some of the action scenes that they do, particularly in Dubai. Were just incredible scenes. I think the humor works. I think the characters are very entertaining. Yeah, this is a great film. This is the first 4-star film on this list for me. Love it. One of my favorites. Obviously, it's my second in this franchise. So, yeah, Ghost Protocol comes in at number 2, which leaves, obviously, my number 1 favorite Mission Impossible movie of all time as Part 5, Rogue Nation. Yes. And I've kind of said it ever since I saw it the first time in theaters that this has been my favorite Mission Impossible movie, and it hasn't changed even for this review. Watching them all through, none of them were able to kind of take down Rogue Nation as my favorite. So yeah, this is still the king of the castle, and still my favorite film in this franchise. 4.5 stars. I love this movie. I think it has all the best elements of the MI series in it. It's got the humor, it's got the characters, it's got the story, it's got a good antagonist, it's got good acting. It's just all the cylinders are firing in this one, and I just have a great time with it every time I come to it. I'm excited to see it, and my viewing experience very, very high. 4.5 stars. Love this film. Just a couple of things that would keep it out of the 5-star tier for me personally, but I mean, it's a great film. So yeah, love it. And it is my favorite Mission Impossible movie. So that's it, guys. That is my ranking of the MI movies. Let me know your thoughts and your ranking of the MI movies in the comments section. And let me know how wrong I am on my on my ranking, but just be respectful. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and just to let you guys know what's coming up in September, we are doing a Western month, so I'm going to be reviewing all Western films in September. I'm going to try to push out 2 a week, so I've already got my first 2 lined up. For the first week of September, we're going to be reviewing the True Grit movies, the original True Grit with John Wayne, and the remake from 2010. So If you guys have suggestions, if there are other Western movies you want me to review, let me know in the comment section as well, and I will try to get to those in September. So yeah, that's what's coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, kick it and rock on.